Well, Jose Young's here with MMAfighting.com, speaking with Chase Hooper here at UFC 314 Fight Week. Now, Chase, I'm sure you don't watch the show, but I like to interview a handful of fighters every fight week, mostly about non-MMA stuff, just kind of, break up because how many times are you going to get asked, like, Jim Miller is very old, you're very young, you guys are fighting,
Yeah.
So
what are you going to do on Saturday?
What are you going to do on Saturday? How's weight cut? How's camp? We'll save those for actual media day. So I did this with Payne Talbot. I've done this with Roxy, Izzy, all these, guys that people want to hear about. So I put a post out there, like, who should I do this with? And you were the most requested one, outside of, like, the title fights.
Yeah.
People don't know, people see Volk, but they're like, I want you to, like, talk to Chase Hooper just about random stuff. So I'm just going to, like, throw random questions at you.
Okay.
Some of these I'll be, like, driving in my car. I'll be in the shower and be like, that's a weird question. So went through your Instagram.
All right.
You bought a Kei Truck?
Yeah.
So why?
Honestly, that's been my dream car forever. And the nice part is that the barrier to entry for that is so low. It was literally, like, $5,000 from Japan, shipped to, like, Tacoma, which is like 20 minutes from my house.
Sure.
And then drove it, got it, inspected by the border people, and then signed off. And, that's my daily driver now. I mean, not super safe, but.
It says that you can't drive it on, like, interstate highways.
Yeah, thankfully
I did some research.
I do more, like, in-town driving. Like, some people will throw in, like, crazy, like, motorcycle engines, and then they can get up to, like, 70, 80, but we start getting the speed shakes at, like, 50, so I stay more around home, but, I don't have to drive super far. I live, like, a mile from the gym anyways, so it's just fun to, like, rip around the town and all that.
Yeah, sure, 100%.
Hey, it's probably about as safe as, like, riding a scooter, but, hey, it's in style.
Can you tip it over? Because it doesn't look that big.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, not right now. I couldn't. But,
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm bulked up, I could probably tip it.
Yeah. So going through your Instagram too, you were sponsored, or you still are sponsored by Curve Fragrance. Is that correct? Which you can find at Rite Aid. I discovered from your Instagram. What's your favorite smell?
I guess just the OG Curve. I mean, I don't know. I got hooked up with them through UFC, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Let's get some cologne going. Why not?
Sure. On your Instagram too, the one that stood out to me the most was what goes through your head when you're walking to the octagon, and you wrote it was the "fuck this shit," and then you had the clip of Superhuman. Yeah. How long have you been a Superhuman fan? Because everyone goes through a phase where they just kind of deep dive them. They doom scroll it, and then they're like, all right, how many times can you see a man jump on a barbed wire covered microwave?
That's fair. I think honestly. I feel like Tosh.0 is probably his big break, and that's, I think, probably where I saw him initially. And I was a very impressionable younger teen at that time, so I was like, hey, latch onto it. And I mean, it's I don't know, it's just a funny thing to say before you're about to do something dumb, and a fight is just that sometimes.
What are your thoughts on Juggalos then?
I honestly, I've never listened to anything from ICP. I don't know if I can get into it or not.
It's pretty intense.
I was getting a lot of, like, positive energy from the Juggalo community because of that meme, but I was like, I don't really, like, no hatred. I just don't know anything about the songs, and I don't, the vibes seem a little off to me.
Juggalos, and this isn't a joke, are the kindest people I've ever met.
Fair enough.
I'm not a Juggalo at all, but one time I had to cover Gathering of the Juggalos, and I was like, I don't know what I'm in for. The kindest group of people you'll ever meet.
All right. Hey, I have tried Fago once before. So.
I mean, that's just...
I went to Detroit.
Fago's not a drink, it's a way of life.
Yeah, fair enough.
As they say. Your nickname is The Dream.
Yeah.
It's famously made famous by Hakeem Olajuwon, the basketball player who had do you know what the Dream Shake is, his signature move?
No.
Someone's once in your Instagram comment said you should do the Dream Shake as a celebration when you
win.
It was it's a move that it's Hakeem Olajuwon, everyone. In Miami, though, mostly Spanish-speaking people, would you consider going by El Sueño instead, which means the dream in Spanish?
Yeah, I mean, I took a couple years of Spanish. I think I qualify. Been to Mexico a few times. Yeah, I kind of wish I could speak more Spanish.
Yeah.
But the issue is, like, the amount of Spanish I can speak is usually what the Spanish people can speak of English. So then it's just condescending if I'm, like, Or I don't know, I just feel like an idiot if
Sure.
I just speak really poor Spanish to them.
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
So
Okay,
high
never
school Spanish?
Yeah,
high
I
school?
did like 3 years of it. I liked it, but I don't know.
It's a tough language.
Hey.
You dressed up as Buddy the Elf once for a meet and greet.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
That's got to be up there. Step Brothers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, those are probably the top two.
Yeah. Your daughter Ellie was born on June 11th, correct?
Yep.
So other people born on June 11th are Kodak Black, Shia LaBeouf, Diana Taurasi, and Joe Montana. Which of their professions would you want your daughter to pursue?
I guess, yeah, I don't know about any of those. Shia LaBeouf, maybe just through the Transformers, get her in the Transformers franchise.
I mean,
Shout out.
you could play a young Shia and even Stevens.
Maybe.
Honestly,
Hey, I'll give it a
100%
shot.
You could do that. Yeah, you don't want to be Kodak Black. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? This is the most controversial question I've asked people.
Okay, so I guess that would, to me, a hot dog is closer to a quesadilla than a sandwich.
Okay. Sure. I'm with you.
One single, or closer to a gyro. Is a gyro a sandwich?
It's like a wrap.
Yeah. Hey,
Like
a hot dog's a
burrito.
wrap. There we go. It's not a
hot
sandwich.
dog is like an American taco.
There we go.
What's your first celebrity crush?
I don't know.
If you had one.
I don't know. I feel like, hey, I guess you got me on the Transformers. The Megan
Megan
Fox from
Fox?
the Transformers was definitely.
I mean,
that'll get you going.
I think a lot of people
7 or
realized
8.
that,
Yeah,
it was
hey.
a turning point for a lot of people's lives. The scene with the car and everything.
Yeah.
Literally wrote Dream Car, and I'm like, well, we talked about that one. Like, Indiana Jones or Han Solo?
Han Solo. I feel like I grew up more on the Star Wars side of things, and yeah, I can get down with that.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
I like the clones. I thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah, you were born around when
Yeah,
those came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
So, what's your favorite Star Wars? You can include the shows if you've seen them.
Honestly, I think just for the nostalgia factor, probably the Clone Wars. But as far as like a good movie goes, the last one's pretty good, like Return of the Jedi.
The
Third
last-
one.
Yeah. It's technically 6.
In the
Yeah.
double
Is that
trilogy. I don't know.
Yeah. So Return of the Jedi, where Luke beats Vader. Cuts
Yeah,
his arm,
you
right?
get Boba Fett in there for like a couple
Yes,
seconds.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Instant icon born.
what is your least favorite Star Wars? Because
Least
everyone has
favorite?
a favorite, and then a least favorite, and then the middle ones can kind of.
Probably the Phantom Menace, as far as like the original one goes. I couldn't really get into the new movies. I tried to watch like the Force Awakens, I think,
Yeah.
and I was like, ah.
From like 2015, 16.
Yeah, I was like,
It's crazy that you said Phantom Menace and then used of the originals. Because I remember I saw that
Wow.
in theater.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
My bad.
It's all good. God, because I asked Payne Talbot that, and he said Revenge of the Sith, which was
Least favorite.
No, as his favorite.
Okay.
That's the one where Anakin becomes Vader at the end, and that has generated more discord in the comments than any other question I asked him. Just
Fair enough.
Star Wars, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke, especially if it's cherry Coke.
Yes. Sprite or Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew. Gamer life,
What's your favorite Mountain Dew, or is it just the original?
Voltage.
Hell yes. They still make that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I found it the other day. I mean, sadly, I can't drink it right now. I'm
Yeah,
dieting.
yeah.
But I'm going to get a Voltage, and Code Red's a close second.
Dang, Code
I'll
Red.
be after.
It's a blast from the past. Which best fictional dog, if you have one?
Best fictional dog. I have too many real dogs to keep
That's true.
count. They're all nagging at me all the time.
Favorite soup?
Favorite soup? Ooh, I've been really liking like chicken and gnocchi. As a soup. It's like a
yeah.
creamier one.
Yeah.
Hey, I was actually thinking about it on the flight. You get the weight cut cravings.
Yeah,
That's up there.
I can't even imagine.
Minestrone's good too.
Minestrone is a very
Italian.
underrated one. Do you remember the first CD you bought with your own money?
I was kind of towards the end of the CDs,
Yes.
but I did buy one. I bought the Halo 3 soundtrack.
Soundtrack?
Yeah. Banger.
Is that your favorite Halo?
Probably Reach. I grew up playing
interesting.
a lot of
Yeah,
Halo
yeah,
3
yeah.
though, but Halo Reach was where the custom games, playing more with my
Yeah.
friends. That was like my teen years.
King Kong or Godzilla?
I got to go Godzilla. I actually remember seeing some of the like really old like black and white Godzilla movies when I was a little kid.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of Hawaiian pizza. Hey,
disgusting.
I used to do when I was vegetarian. I would do the veggie pizza, and then I usually take off the mushrooms and sub it for pineapple. So it's like,
oh god,
yeah.
Oh god.
I know. I'm sorry. It's like olives, onions, tomatoes, pineapple, bell peppers. Good enough.
You had me until the pineapple.
Sorry.
You said you were vegetarian. Why are you not vegetarian anymore?
Yeah, so I was vegetarian probably from or I started off doing the vegan thing just because somebody else was doing it and I got peer pressured into it. I'm like, sure, I don't know. And there's no way somebody's gonna beat me at that challenge. So everybody else kind of like petered out, and I just did it. And then, but then I started having to make 145 the whole time, and then I kept doing it honestly to keep my weight down. And then once we made the move up to 55, that's when I was probably vegetarian towards the end as far as like adding eggs and dairy back in, and then adding the meat back at 55. And yeah, it definitely kept my weight pretty low.
Sure.
But happy to be back on the normal stuff now.
So you viewed vegan as a competition?
Well, yeah, because this guy was
that's a very
one of my
sentence.
teammates was doing it, and he was like, "Oh, I feel so good," whatever, like because his girl was doing it, and then she made him do it, and I was like, "Okay," and then I'll try it, whatever. I'm impressionable, underage, whatever, and then I tried it. I was like, I don't know. It was really annoying, but I was like, annoying. If I'm gonna have the annoying thing, like wherever we go, I'll figure it out.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee all day for sure. Seattle, we got that.
That's true.
I know. I didn't realize the stereotype until I go other places, and it's not like we got coffee shops open like all day.
How do you take your coffee? Like if non-weight cut, or just you walk into any you walk into Starbucks, what are you ordering?
So it depends. Like if I know that they'll use the caramel sauce versus the syrup.
This is science.
Caramel syrup's disgusting.
Yes.
Then I'll do like if they're gonna add too much, I'll do like a vanilla or not vanilla. I'm sorry, like a caramel, like a cappuccino kind of. Yeah. Or if I know they're gonna add an extra shot, then I'll do a caramel latte.
Are you a guy that will get iced coffee in the winter?
No. So my rule is even in the summer usually, like I won't have an iced coffee in the morning.
Oh.
Like it's got to be a hot coffee in the morning, and then you can do cold later.
Yeah. It's more like a dessert or a treat.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Dang. I feel like honestly, The Baby Life, we have not been watching much of anything. She's been so sensitive and like waking up all the time. Favorite movie? I feel like Pulp Fiction's got to be up there. That's one of the few that I can keep rewatching and keep being into.
I was once asked what movie scene have I rewatched the most on YouTube, and I think it's when Marvin gets shot in the face in Pulp Fiction. It's like the scene I don't know why. I just rewatched that scene.
Hey.
Charlie Brown Christmas or How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Oh, The Grinch.
Yeah?
Yeah. Big Grinch. That's where I grew up on.
Sure. Limp Bizkit or Korn? If you have one. These might be oldies for you.
They're on the older end. I've definitely heard both. I think Korn probably. I'll take Korn on that one.
Sure.
Limp Bizkit for the meme.
I mean, they're back now. They're still doing it. Yeah, it's very strange. Conor McGregor went to an event. Conor McGregor was in the pit in Dublin. It's a whole thing.
Seems about right.
What's your favorite bread?
Oh, this is a good one. I bake a lot actually.
I'm here for it.
I'm a big focaccia guy. Sourdough's obviously also good, but I just don't have the discipline to keep the sourdough starter alive.
Yeah.
I like making pretzel bread too. It's kind of a process. Like you gotta boil it, and then you gotta you boil it in brown sugar and baking soda. I think people used to use lye, but not super.
So what bread do you like as a first sandwich? Like say you want to make a BLT. What bread would you use for that?
BLT, I'd probably go just a classic, maybe a Italian loaf with the Parmesan on top, the rosemary Parmesan bread, That's up there.
What's your least favorite bread, or bread that you just don't mess with?
What's the one? It's the little squares. They're always so terrible. All the hipster restaurants
like the ciabatta bread.
Ciabatta, I think, is
It's like
terrible.
hard.
Yeah. The worst bread ever. I'd rather eat dough than that.
All right. Favorite Halloween candy.
Favorite Halloween candy.
M&Ms, I would imagine.
M&Ms are up there for sure. I really like it's the Reese's that are in like the bat shape or like pumpkin shape.
Oh yeah.
The higher ratio of the peanut butter. Goated.
What's the most overrated Halloween candy?
Overrated. I think candy corn's overrated. It's kind of disgusting. Same thing with like caramel apples. I don't know if that counts as candy. My wife always wants them, and I'm like, no, they're disgusting. Don't do that.
What's your favorite kung fu movie?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't really seen any kung fu movies. I guess I might get
behind the times.
Yeah.
Well, there hasn't been a real good kung fu. I mean, The Raid's good, but that's incredibly violent. Yeah. I was trying to think of like a movie. Because you're 25, 26?
Yeah, 25.
I was trying to think of a kung fu movie that's come out that's timeless in the last 25 years. It's
what was the one?
John Wick, I guess, if you want to consider that one.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. I'm thinking the dude. We watched it like a couple fights ago. Was it Forrest Whitaker with the eye? He was in like, right? He's got the like. He's like a ninja, but like in New York.
I don't know. I don't remember this.
I'd have to Google that.
It's gonna bother me, but I'll figure it out after. Do you have a favorite romance movie or rom-com? I should say.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fellas that watch rom-coms.
It's just whatever the wife puts on, you know.
Correct. Correct. Do you have a favorite Tom Hanks movie?
Ooh, I guess probably. Honestly, there's so many movies where you're like, oh yeah, that is Tom Hanks, especially the animated ones.
Yeah, people forget like he played Woody.
Yeah, I was gonna say Toy Story or like Polar Express was kind of creepy, but he played like half the characters. In that movie.
I think he was every adult. Like he did the Santa.
Sounds right.
He did the conductor. I think he did the voice.
The weird homeless guy.
The weird homeless guy.
Yeah.
Golly. Favorite ice cream flavor.
Favorite ice cream flavor. Probably also gonna eat some ice cream when I'm done cutting weight, but I like to go for the chocolate chip cookie dough. But I would say Rocky Road is my standby. Did
you mess with the vegan ice creams, like the non-dairy ice creams?
I did. I felt like there were some hit or miss ones, you know?
Oh. So my girlfriend has been vegan for like 15, 16 years, and it is a struggle to find. Because a lot of the non-dairy ones are keto, so they're incredibly high in fat.
And it's a lot of the fake sugar, too, that like messing my gut up.
Oh, yes. Same for the fake meat. Like, she doesn't really mess with the Beyond Burgers.
Oh, really? I didn't mind the Beyond. It's like the other stuff with the soy I just couldn't really get into.
She's the opposite, so God bless. What's your favorite movie starring The Rock?
The Rock, I feel like the first one I remember seeing him in was The Scorpion King.
Hell, that is his first movie. He has the record. It's probably been broken by now, but he was paid $5 million to do that movie, and at the time it was the highest contract for a first-time movie star.
Got all the trivia,
yes,
you know?
Good for him.
Good movie.
Do you have a favorite DC superhero?
For DC, I wasn't the biggest into the superhero stuff. I'd probably say I'd say Batman. I like that he just beats people up. You know, he doesn't have any crazy superpowers.
No, he does. Do you have a favorite Marvel hero?
Marvel.
If you were to put a big list of heroes in front of you, could you tell which one's Marvel and which one's DC? That seems to be the hang-up a lot of people have.
I think so. Yeah. Like I'd probably say Deadpool for Marvel, but I feel like that's kind of like
a lot of people like that guy.
It's like a casual answer. You
no,
know?
It's fine. People like what you like. It is. It is significantly different than what the Deadpool we have now is very different than what he debuted in, which is probably before you were born.
Fair enough.
Do you have a favorite horror movie, or do you even like horror movies?
Yeah, no, I feel like most of them are like, just kind of end up being kind of mid. The first one I remember watching, that's probably, like, I don't know why, but I just keep like launching back, down memory lane, I guess, was Freddy versus Jason.
God,
terrible movie.
It's like 2003-ish, I want to say.
Yeah, but it's like you're at a buddy's house. It's like, oh, we're going to watch a scary movie tonight. We're going to stay up late.
And they never made a sequel. Slipknot did the theme song for that, too, I think. Do you have a favorite book?
Favorite book? What did I just read? Oh, I like Dune a lot.
The whole, like, Dune saga?
So I read the first book, and I was like, all right.
That is a grind to get through.
Yeah. I read that through. We were in Mexico, and like it's nice because the internet sucked. There's nothing on TV, so it's like we would just be on the beach reading. That's Red Dune, and it was pretty good before the movie came out.
Who's your favorite character from the Dune series?
What's that? Stilgar's the cool guy, right?
Stilgar's cool.
So, yeah. That's probably my guy.
What is... You've seen the movies. Have you seen the Dune movies?
I fell asleep like 3 times on the planes.
In both of them? Like for the new ones?
The first new one, I tried to watch it on a plane a couple times.
Who's... Oh, it's going to bother me. Jason Momoa's character.
Right? Is it... He's not... No. What is his name?
He has like Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah.
He's the best character, I think.
That's fair. I thought that was just such a ridiculous name.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah,
that's like. But when you're a kid, he's the coolest guy. And
fair enough.
Are you gonna keep reading Dune? I don't want to give spoilers away. Like the rest of the book.
Probably not.
Okay. Spoiler alert: Duncan Idaho is the only character I think, and someone's gonna watch this and tell me I'm wrong. That is in every, like he survives Dune.
All right.
Because the entire thing.
Yeah.
He's like the only one. He's like, imagine if Boba Fett just didn't die, and he's just in everything. Hey. What's the best birthday present you had as a kid?
I don't know. I feel like birthdays weren't ever super memorable. You know, I guess that just goes to show like what does it actually mean at the end of the day. You know, mainly just stuff. You know,
just stuff. How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike?
Probably. I think I was actually a little later, like probably 6 or 7. I remember...
It's not that late. That's about normal.
Yeah, I remember seeing my sister, like, just crash out hard when she tried to take off the training wheels, and I was like, oh, I should probably wait on that. Like, just crying, and I was like, oh, all right, this is awkward, you know?
Yeah.
That stunted me a little bit.
How old should kids start tying their own shoes, do you think? As a new dad, when do you think your daughter needs to be able to tie her own shoes by now?
Well, let's see. She's about 10 months now.
Started young.
Yeah. She's starting to figure out, you know, tool manipulation. So maybe let's give her another 3 years. Maybe by like 4, you know, let's figure it out.
Has she been able to, has she speaking like words now?
A little bit. Yeah. Like mama when she's like upset. She's starting her da 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 da, so I'll get a da da here soon.
That's too funny.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Who is put you on the spot as a Washington native, best band to come out of the state of Washington?
I mean,
there's been a few.
Nirvana's definitely up there. I mean, I feel like that grunge music. I feel like I just grew up on that.
Is Jimi Hendrix from Seattle?
Yeah, Jimmy's up there for sure. I don't know. I was thinking just Jimmy, I guess. I don't know why Nirvana keeps popping in my head.
Well, I mean, when you think of Seattle music, it's them and Pearl Jam, basically.
Yeah.
But so you're a Nirvana over Pearl Jam?
Probably. Yeah.
Who would you like to fight from history that's a fictional character?
Fictional character from history.
I asked this to Izzy, and he said Kratos.
Oh, all right.
That seems to be the one that a lot of people bring up, actually.
I don't know. It's hard. I want to pick a fight that I know I could win.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. Is all the people in the media. It's like crazy buff. Like I don't know. Maybe like just throw a random one out there, like Conan. You know, the Barbarian.
The Barbarian.
See if I could. You know, he'd be a lot bigger. You know, Arnold. Or.
Yeah. That's right. He was.
Yeah.
There's a new one, right? Or like from the last like 10 years. I could just.
I think so. That sounds right. That sounds right. Probably didn't do well.
No.
I'm thinking the OG Arnold with the big old sword.
Wilt Chamberlain was in one of them, I think.
I think if we were hand to hand, I could probably slip around Arnold. I know he doesn't have very good dexterity.
What's your favorite TV show?
I'm watching a lot of South Park. Obviously, it's just easy, dumb. Like you can pay attention as much as you want.
It's 22 minutes.
Yeah, laugh at the dumb humor or laugh at the little more, complex stuff in there.
Who's your favorite character?
I feel like Stan's the most reasonable one.
Yes.
I feel like I like Kyle because of the curly hair. I'm not Jewish, sadly, but I can resonate with some fro action.
I watched an interview with Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and they were talking like they would write Randy like their dad.
Oh yeah,
and then when they became dads, they were like, "Oh my God, this is just how
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they're
yeah.
just they're writing Randy as if they were reacting to like the hijinks of their kids. So as a dad, maybe you'll resonate with Randy more.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess we're getting up there. I feel a lot older already.
Do you have a favorite episode of South Park?
I always like the World of Warcraft one.
That's
I
dope.
think it's
That
funny.
is the episode.
Yeah.
I like that one, and when Randy goes to the Little League game and he fights
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
Dad, and he goes, I didn't hear no bell, and stuff like that. What was your favorite TV show as a kid, though? As like a little kid, I should say, because some people might still call you kid.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I got lucky and I got to watch a lot of the older cartoons. So like Tom and Jerry was probably one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Just, again, hey, let's watch this crazy violent show for little kids, and hey, it's a good time.
Yeah. It's your favorite color?
Favorite color? I don't know. I feel like I trend towards green a lot.
Huh.
But I do realize when I open my closet, it's like mainly black.
So most fighters are.
Yeah, I asked my wife the other day. I was like, "Am I like emo? Am I like goth? Or like I don't think I am." But
Did you go through a pop punk phase as a kid? Like Good Charlotte, Blink-182, and all
no,
that stuff?
just like a dork, just nerdy.
What music did you listen to like going to high school?
I feel like I listen to a lot of rap just because that's what I listen to in the gym. Like, I usually like more listen to music just training, like working out. I don't know. Yeah, like YouTube and stuff is what I was watching or like listening to as I was like walking to school and stuff. So
Who's the greatest rapper ever?
I feel like I mean there's not just one, but like the Wu-Tang's up there for sure. Biggie's up there.
I think 36 Chambers is the greatest rap album ever.
It's,
I'll die on that hill.
Hey, it's a good one for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like Biggie is better lyrically than Tupac ever was. That's my hot take.
That is a hot take.
Hey, Tupac had writers, first of all. Second of all, he relied more on the beats. It was more about the beats, where the
Sure.
East Coast was more about the lyrics, I think.
I'm from the East Coast, and I don't disagree. I'm just trying to I love both. It's hard because
No, for sure.
I grew up and I was like, Biggie, like you have to look. I'm the East Coast, like Biggie has to be better. Then when you get older, you give Tupac a chance. You're like, oh, he's good too. Like,
Yeah.
I still think Nas is the best East
Fair
Coast
enough.
rapper ever. Illmatic is just
I
timeless.
think the early albums, and then he still keeps making stuff. And then just
Someone
stay
once-
retired, respectfully.
Someone once said that Nas has the most like hits
Yeah.
combined with like the worst. Like he has equal amount of hits and terrible songs.
Yeah. Hey, volume, shotgun delivery, I guess.
Just last question for me: can you tie a tie?
Yeah.
When did you
yeah.
learn how to do that?
Probably like middle school, high school.
Did you have to wear uniforms to school? at
No.
all? It's
Just
public school life.
I was like, well, this is probably like a life skill. I should start learning it.
Well, thanks so much, Chase. That was a lot of
Awesome.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
That was quite a bit. So you guys asked me to ask Chase all these random questions from the internet. I hope you enjoyed it, and good luck on Saturday.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for having me.